Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking with Dana Lane right now, NHL handicap. We're going to take a look at the 8 games from the night slate of games for Saturday, April 2nd. Dana Lane, thanks for being with us.
Happy to be here, Pete. Nice to work with you for the first time.
Yeah, all right. So Dana, there's 3 bets that I made that I think I'm liking, and one that I haven't made but I'm thinking about, and we'll start with those, and then we'll touch on the other 4 games. The first one, I bet Edmonton, okay? They're a modest favorite at home against Calgary, and of course, this is their last game, home game against Calgary in this stadium, and Calgary has not been good away from home on the road this year, and overall, I think that the spot favors Edmonton. The line wasn't too big. What do you think about Edmonton at minus 135? I did bet that one.
Yeah, I'm right with you. As a matter of fact, I got them at 130, and that, like you said, this is the last time that they will be playing a Rexall Place, as the Edmonton Oilers will be going into a new facility. And Calgary has had Edmonton's number.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that Edmonton is going to be ready for this game, because at 7-0-1 in their last 8 attempts against Calgary at home, Edmonton has come up with 0. So the fact of the matter is I like Edmonton tonight, too, in this situation.
Okay, sounds great. I'm on it. I think I'm going to stick with it. Then I also bet similar line, Carolina over Columbus. You know, Carolina is still in the postseason picture, and Columbus, they're sort of stumbling towards the finish line. And, it feels like Carolina should have the edge here. The line isn't too high. Carolina kind of desperate. Columbus not really playing that well. What do you think about Carolina at, again, minus 130 or 135?
Again, Pete, I'm right with you. I mean,
nice.
The Hurricanes technically still can make the playoffs. They have 4 games left, so they have to win all 4 and need a little bit of help. And this is just a Blue Jacket team that can't win road games. They're 0-6-1 in the last 7 on the road. So I'm on the Carolina Hurricanes side, as you are.
Awesome. That's awesome. And then the third bet that I made, I took the Rangers, but I took them at -1, which is when you do that thing where you bet to win on the favorite line, money line, and then to risk on the puck line at the underdog odds, and that comes out to about -125. So if they win by 1, you push. If they win by 2, you win. And obviously, if they lose, they lose. And the Rangers, it's a huge line, but they're off of 2 losses. Feels like they're kind of pissed off. Lundqvist seems like he's looking to focus down and play well here. And of course, Buffalo, an exceedingly beatable road opponent. I took the Rangers -1 at about -125. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Pete, I mean, I'm definitely on the side of the Rangers. I mean, $2 is too much for me.
Right.
And you will know this in the future. I'm not a big guy that likes to lay puck lines, because historically and mathematically it has not worked out.
Of course.
Most times. But yeah, I can certainly see where this would be a spot that you might look to that. But Buffalo is playing a little bit better. And a lot of times people are so scared to lay that $2. And that's, believe me, I'm in that boat as well. But it would definitely be that side or nothing for me in this game.
All right. Well, if it loses, again, it's only when you take it -1, it's only -125, so it's not a huge loss. Then again, it only pushes if they win by 1. Maybe that was a little bit of a bad value play that I did there. But overall, my 3 bets I think are okay. Then there's one that I'm thinking about. Tell me what you think about this one, Dana Lane. Arizona at home as a decent-sized underdog against Washington. Obviously, Washington's awesome, but they've got the President's Trophy, already secured, and they're wrapping up a road trip. They're on a back-to-back. They played in Colorado yesterday, and this is Arizona's last home game. They're getting a nice underdog price, and I'm thinking about hitting Arizona at about +140. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm going to shy away from that, because
okay.
I don't like betting against the Capitals in any spot. But definitely I understand where you're at. And not only may this be their last home game, but this may be their last home game ever at Gila Arena, as they probably should move downtown. I like the over in this situation, the over 5. I can kind of have the feeling we're going to be right around 5 at the end. But yes, certainly I can see where you would like Arizona in this spot. And this is a time, I think, where teams can lose Stanley Cups, where the Washington Capitals can lose Stanley Cups, because they've wrapped up the President's Trophy a few games ago, and now Barry Trotz is in that period where he has to make a determination whether or not, hey, is it important for Holtby to get to the 50-win mark? Is it important for Ovechkin to hit the 50-goal mark? These are all decisions he's going to have to make, but I really expect a close effort tonight, as was the last time these two teams met.
All right, yeah, you might be right. That might be nice. I might tail that over 5. It just feels like if ever there's going to be a spot to bet against Washington with value, this would be it. But maybe even in this case, that's not the reality. All right, now let's talk about the other 4 games that go off tonight. First, New Jersey and Tampa Bay. Obviously, Tampa Bay should have the edge here and a big edge here, but here you have another minus 200 line. Is there value there? Probably not. What's your take on that one?
Yeah, I have seen some 185s. You may want to wait a little bit on this. I think this line will come down. Yeah, and New Jersey has had a history of beating teams or at least staying in games that they probably shouldn't have. It does look like it's going to be Schneider against Bishop, so you're going to get your top goaltending matchup tonight. And Tampa has just not sealed a spot yet in the playoffs, so I think that they look at this as an opportunity to go ahead and do so. So it definitely be Tampa, unfortunately, on a bigger number, or nothing for me on this matchup.
Right, it is a huge number. And then we got an interesting game, Detroit and Toronto. Detroit, of course, are trying to make the postseason. This is kind of a must-win game for them. But, you know, the teams in must-win situations, especially in hockey, don't always come through. Sometimes they're good bet against for exactly for that reason, especially when they're a road favorite like this, minus 135 or minus 140. And I guess the key here is Mrazek, who's going to be in goal for Detroit. He's been slumping recently. Will he make a turnaround here? Maybe, but he's definitely been slumping recently. You know, it feels to me, as much as a must-win situation as this is for Detroit, there's a little bit too much pressure on them. I'm going to stay off it, but if I had to make a bet on this one, I think it'd be on Toronto as a home dog. What do you think?
Yeah, the only thing that scares me about that, of course, Garrett Sparks is going to be starting for the Maple Leafs tonight. Yeah. And Detroit's power play seems to be heating up. They're 10 of their last 22. And maybe Jeff Blashill's speech about playing better defensively is starting to get through to the Red Wings. But man, they're in a spot where they have to win this game. And Toronto is one of those teams where, you know, you have to beat Toronto. They're 1 point in the back of Boston for the wild card spot in the East. And I just don't see where Detroit comes into this game with a letdown. If they do, they don't deserve to make the playoffs. It's Detroit or nothing for me in this one.
Yeah, that's a total pass for me as well. Then let's talk about Montreal, Florida. Florida obviously playing awesome. Their top line is playing great. But if you want them tonight, you got to take minus 200. So, you know, that's often very scary to do. And Montreal out of the playoff picture, but playing well, and exactly the kind of team that's playing well enough that I don't like to bet against laying such a big number. What do you think about Montreal and Florida?
Yeah, Montreal is one of those teams, along with Toronto, that if when I see them on the card, it's just an automatic pass for me. It's, you know, Florida minus 200. Hopefully, maybe you can shop this and get it under the 200 mark, but that would certainly be the side for me. I mean, with Montreal being 17-35 in their last 52 games, I don't want to have my money behind a team that I'm crossing my fingers is going to play well, especially Mike Condon. I mean, I know he's coming off of his shutout, his first NHL shutout, but you know, he's just not a goaltender that I can put my cash behind with any sort of confidence.
Okay, sounds good. And then the last game on the card tonight, San Jose and Nashville. Both teams are playoff bound, but both teams have not been playing that well recently. And, you know, they've played twice already. The Preds won both of those games. Seems like a standard home favorite line here for this kind of a spot, minus 125 or minus 130. This is a pass for me. Do you have anything about San Jose or against Nashville?
Yeah, it looks like Hutton may get to start tonight. There is no confirmation that Pekka Rinne will not be in goal for the Predators tonight. So if Hutton gets to start, I think that might, at this point in the season, the way Rinne's been playing, I think that might be even a better option for Nashville until Pekka gets his game back on track. I like the under in this game at minus 5.5. It's at $1.08, so you're getting fantastic value with this. And the Sharks are 1-4 in their last 5 games, or last 5 tries on 1 day rest. So I think you're going to get more of a defensive effort tonight, and I like the under 5.5.
Yeah, all right. That's what I said in my notes here. I have definitely leaning under, so maybe I'll go bet that. 2 totals that maybe I'll go bet after this call, the Washington, Arizona over and San Jose, Nashville under, and those would go along with my 3 bets so far. Edmonton and Carolina, both about 130 or minus 135, and the Rangers -1 at about minus 125. Dana Lane, if I had to pin you down on just one bet from tonight's card, what would it be? What would your best bet be?
Probably the best bet for the value. I mean, I just really think that we're going to get the best effort out of the Detroit Red Wings tonight.
Really?
If they do not get up for the Toronto Maple Leafs, then they have no business being in the playoffs. And they got one more shot at this against a really bad Toronto team, and they're one of those teams that I will definitely never put my money behind. So minus 135, which is down a little bit, I like Detroit in this situation.
Okay, thanks for your thoughts, Dana Lane. That is minus 135 to 140 market wide. Thanks so much, Dana Lane. Big card tonight. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.